Ever wondered why your eyes sometimes play tricks on you? Why do you see things that aren't really there? Our perception is a fascinating and complex mechanism. It's the process through which we interpret the world around us, taking in sensory information and transforming it into our personal reality. But sometimes this process gets a bit, warped. And that's where optical illusions come into play. Optical illusions are a curious phenomenon. They occur when our eyes see something, but our brain perceives it differently. It's like a magic trick, but instead of a magician, it's the neurons in your brain pulling a fast one on you. These illusions can be static or moving. They can create a sense of depth where there is none, or they can make stationary objects appear to be moving. Now, you might be asking yourself, why does my brain do this? Why does it insist on seeing things that simply aren't there? Well, it's all down to how our brains interpret the information they receive from our eyes. You see, our brains are constantly making assumptions based on past experiences to help us understand and navigate the world. And sometimes these assumptions can lead to some pretty mind-bending perceptions. But that's just scratching the surface. There is so much more to uncover about these captivating phenomena, and that's precisely what we're going to do today. We're going to delve deep into the world of optical illusions and reveal 5 hidden things about them that might just blow your mind. We'll explore the hidden secrets behind these illusions, the illusion of color, the brain's influence on what we perceive, the magic of movement, and the illusion of size. Each of these aspects plays a crucial role in how we perceive optical illusions, and understanding them can give us a whole new perspective on this fascinating topic. So buckle up, because we're about to embark on a journey into the mind where things aren't always as they seem. Let's dive into the fascinating world of optical illusions and reveal some secrets that might surprise you. First on our list, did you know that optical illusions can be a window into your health? Yes, it's true. These puzzling images are not just for entertainment. They can serve a far more significant purpose. For example, scientists have discovered that certain illusion tests can detect the early signs of Parkinson's disease. This neurological disorder often begins with subtle symptoms, which can be challenging to identify. But by using optical illusions, researchers can observe how a person's brain processes these illusions, revealing potential abnormalities. In one study, scientists utilized a specific illusion which involves perceiving motion in a still image. They found that individuals with Parkinson's disease were less likely to be fooled by the illusion compared to those without the disease. This discovery has opened new avenues for early detection and intervention, underlining the pivotal role optical illusions can play in healthcare. It's amazing how much we can learn about our health through the power of illusion. Next, let's talk about color. Do you think you always see colors as they truly are? Well, prepare to have your mind bent a bit. You see, our perception of color is influenced by the colors and lighting around it. This is why a single shade can appear different depending on its context. Imagine a color swatch, say for instance, a shade of blue. If it's placed on a light background, it will appear darker and vice versa. This phenomenon is known as color constancy. Now, let's take it a step further. Remember the viral sensation, the dress? Was it blue and black or white and gold? This is a perfect example of how our brains interpret color based on the surrounding light. It created a worldwide debate, proving just how powerful the illusion of color can be. So the next time you argue about the color of a dress, remember, it's all an illusion. Third on our list, your brain plays a significant role in how you perceive illusions. It's like a master puppeteer, pulling strings behind the scenes. When your eyes capture an image, it's the brain's job to decode it, to make sense of the colors, shapes, and patterns. But here's the twist. Your brain is also a master storyteller. It fills in gaps, makes assumptions, and sometimes gets things wrong. Let's consider an incomplete picture. Your brain doesn't like loose ends. It will try to complete the picture based on what it knows, what it expects. This is where illusions sneak in. An optical illusion is essentially a magic trick, a sleight of hand, fooling your brain into seeing something that's not there, or not seeing something that is there. So it's not just your eyes that are fooled, but your brain too. Fourth, did you know that static images can appear to move in optical illusions? Intriguing, isn't it? Well, Welcome to the magic of movement. This phenomenon is not a trick of the light or a sleight of hand, but rather a fascinating interplay between your eyes and brain. Let's dive a little deeper. You see, our eyes are always moving, making tiny adjustments known as microsaccades. These micro-movements are crucial for our vision, constantly refreshing the image we see. Now imagine a static image designed to exploit these microsaccades. The image is still, but our eyes are not. As a result, our brain interprets this as movement in the image itself. This is the magic behind the illusion of movement. It's not the image that's moving, but our perception of it. The next time you see a static image moving, remember, it's all in your mind. Finally, let's talk about size. Do you believe what you see? In the fascinating realm of optical illusions, size can be a tricky concept to grasp. It's all about playing with our perception, twisting our sense of scale, and making us question our own eyes. Consider an object that appears larger or smaller than it really is. This illusion is not a trick of the light or a result of distance. It's a deliberate manipulation of our brains, a crafty play on our inherent understanding of size and proportions. Artists and illusionists have used this to their advantage for centuries, creating mind-boggling pieces that defy our expectations. The Ebbinghaus illusion is a perfect example, where two circles of the same size appear different because of the circles surrounding them. It's a simple trick, yet so effective in making us question what's real and what's not. Remember, size isn't always what it seems in the world of optical illusions. So, what have we learned about the hidden world of optical illusions? First, we've seen the sheer power of perception. It's a fascinating thing, really. Our brains interpret the world around us, and sometimes what we see isn't what's actually there. Optical illusions play with this perception, tricking our brains into seeing something that doesn't exist or misinterpreting what's really there. It's a testament to the complexity of our visual system and the intricate dance between our eyes and brains. Next, we discovered the hidden secrets of optical illusions. These are not simply tricks for amusement or art, but rather they offer a deeper understanding of our cognitive processes. They help scientists study how our brains work, how we perceive reality, and how we can be fooled by carefully arranged patterns or colors. Speaking of colors, we delved into the illusion of color. The way we perceive color can vary drastically based on other colors around it, the light source, and even our mood. It's astonishing how a single color can seem different based on its context. Then we unraveled the influence of the brain. Our brains are wired to make sense of the world as quickly as possible, and sometimes they take shortcuts. These shortcuts or heuristics often lead to optical illusions. The brain fills in gaps, makes assumptions, and interprets ambiguous images in a way that makes sense to us, even if it's not entirely accurate. We also explored the magic of movement. Static images can appear to move or change, playing tricks on our eyes. This is due to the way our brains process visual stimuli, creating a sense of motion where there is none. Finally, we tackled the illusion of size. Our perception of size can be easily manipulated by surrounding objects, distance, and perspective. It's a classic trick used by artists and filmmakers to create depth and dimension. Next time you come across an optical illusion, remember these hidden secrets and enjoy the fascinating world of perception.